Hey guys, this is Willie Vibes here. Here recently I ran into a guy who had no clue how to fish. So I'm going to take you guys through the steps of what I do. Um, First thing you're going to need is rope and some way to get a long stick. So right now, of course, if you don't have a knife, you can always get a long stick just with your bare hands. Walk up to a bush, break it down. Once you've acquired your rope and your long stick, you're going to put that stick in your hands and you're going to combine it with that rope. It's going to give you the option to make a fishing pole. Next thing we're going to do after this is made is we're going to dig up some worms. Let's dig up some worms, chat. Once you've digged up all your worms, you're going to want to collect them, and then the next step is to make a fishing hook. To make a fishing hook, you're going to get a long stick or some short sticks. Once you've acquired that, you're going to snap that stick in half with your knees. Then you're going to take your knife or whatever it is and you're going to make improvised fishing hooks. Collect your hooks and you're going to want to put that on your pole. Now, we don't need that stick no more. Let's put that on the pole. Let's go down to our spot here. Put your worm on and let's start fishing. The key here is once you hit the button, your mouse wheel or your controller, you're going to hold that in until you get a bite. Don't let go of it or you have to start over. What are we going to catch? What are we going to catch? It'll go around the circle a few times, sometimes longer. Once you get this animation, you just let go and it pulls it in for you. Once you're done fishing, collect all your fish, and the next thing you're going to want to do is start a fire. And again, if you don't have a knife, you can pretty much get anything in the woods with your hands, from firewood to long sticks. I typically try to find a place a little bit farther away from where I was fishing at. And I typically try to put my fire next to a couple trees so it's not as easily sold. Once you collect your firewood, let's move on. We're going to go on up and cook this fish. Save your knife and do this for sure. Alright, now we're going to start to gather stuff to make the fire, which you typically need either some sticks and some tree bark, or in this case, I'm going to use my firewood and a short stick to make a fireplace. Once you found the location, which mine is going to be right here at this tree, you're going to combine that firewood and that short stick. It's going to give you the option for a fireplace. You're going to hold that in until it's made. Of course, if you don't have matches or a lighter, you can take a short stick and some tree bark or a rag. I think it's just tree bark for the drill kit to make a fire with. You're going to need two pieces here, one for the fireplace and one for the drill kit. So I'm going to go back and get these sticks out of this fireplace I had. I'm going to combine that. We're going to make the drill kit. Once that's crafted, we're going to put that extra piece of kindling in the fire and that wood. And then we're going to pick up our drill kit and start getting toasty. Of course, now you may be wondering, what do we need to cook the fish? Well, we need a long stick and we need to sharpen it. Which you can sharpen a stick with a knife, screwdriver, rock knife. There's a variety of things you can sharpen a stick with. Making some fish. You got to cut and prepare your fish. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that now. It'll give you the option to roast over the fire. Now this does take a little bit of time to do. The fish will be hot. You can't eat the fish when it's red hot. You're going to wait till the color of it changes orange. And of course you heard me saying that this is the life right there. Your fish starts sizzling. I mean, this is the way that I survive on DayZ. You know, because a lot of times towns are loaded, houses are loaded. You know, you struggle to find that can of baked beans or that bacon. You know, sometimes it's a real struggle to do that. So I find that fishing and making a fishing pole and, you know, being one of the first things that I want to do. Because it just prolongs my chances to survive. Learning how to fish. So... And then, you know, once your fish is cooked, the circle will complete. You're about to see. You're going to gather it and enjoy your tasty snack. I hope you guys liked the video. Sub for more. And that is a nice, tasty fish snack.